Are you dying or just pretending to disappear again? Eli's voice was teasing, but his eyes were screaming like someone watching a slow-motion car crash, knowing he couldn't stop it. The first time I met Eli, I was trying to disappear. Not in a poetic, dramatic way. I was 16, hunched over a hospital cafeteria tray, half my weight, fully hollow, and waiting for a ride home I knew wouldn't come. I didn't even realize someone had sat down next to me until a plastic-wrapped muffin appeared in front of me, followed by a voice that would stitch itself into every crack of my life. You look like you haven't had a good muffin in your entire life. I figured I'd offer salvation. I looked up. He was a mess of dark curls, wearing a battered varsity jacket over a tie-dye hoodie, dimples cocky and eyes warm. Everything about him screamed normal teenage boy, which made no sense in a place like St. Gabriel's Recovery Center for Omega Youth. Eli, he said like a promise. I'm here for the Tuesday anger management group, which is bullshit, by the way. I stared at him. I was an Omega with a failing heart, a family that had tossed me into a system and walked away, and an expiration date no one dared put on paper. And he was talking about muffins. Maybe that's why I let him stay. Over the next few weeks, he kept showing up. On my worst days, when my body ached with fatigue and my emotions blurred into numbness, Eli dragged me out of bed and onto the hospital's rooftop, made me laugh, argued with nurses on my behalf, smuggled in actual food. You need salt, not suffering. And told me stories about his chaotic beta family who ran a junkyard and believed in fixing broken things, even people. He fixed me. Or maybe he just held me long enough for my heart to remember how to beat. I'm serious. I told him one evening, as we lay side by side on the roof, watching the stars shimmer over the Ohio sky. This heart of mine is wired weird, genetic. I could drop at any moment. I know, he said. He always knew. That was the worst part. But he never looked away. I didn't understand why someone like Elia Beta with dreams of opening a bike shop, friends waiting for him outside this place, a life to live would waste time on someone like me. You say that like love is a transaction, he snapped once. I'm not collecting your days like tokens, Leo. I'm loving you because you're alive. And because I'm stupidly, irrationally, completely gone for you. We kissed for the first time that night. It was awkward and perfect. A kiss of trembling hands and hope. A kiss that tasted like oranges and tears. Time passed. My condition worsened. I was in and out of ICU, had tubes running through me, but Eli remained a constant, unwavering, infuriating, beautiful. Until the day they told me I was being transferred to hospice care. No more treatments. No more hope. I didn't cry, but Eli did. He sat at the edge of my bed, hands clenched, refusing to look at me. So that's it? They just give up? No last try, no transplant list, nothing? I'm not eligible, I whispered. My Omega blood type and immune profile, it's complicated. I'll donate, he said suddenly. Anything. Everything. You're not a match, Eli. Screw the match. Take it anyway. I laughed, and it hurt. That night, I wrote him a letter. A stupid, cliché goodbye note. I told him he deserved someone who could grow old with him. Someone who wouldn't make him memorize medication schedules or wait outside surgery rooms. Then I disappeared. Checked out against medical advice. Vanished from the system. Left my phone behind. I thought I was being noble. Brave even. But dying alone is not noble. I spent 4 days in a motel outside Dayton, coughing up blood and regretting everything. On the 5th day, the door banged open. Eli, wild-eyed, soaked from the storm outside, and shaking with fury. I swear to God, he said, voice raw. If you ever try to leave me again, I will drag you back by your ridiculously scrawny ankles. And then, quietly, brokenly, don't make me live in a world without you. He didn't let me respond, just held me all night, through the fever, through the shaking. Whispered things like, breathe, Leo, and stay, just stay. 3 days later, a miracle happened. Not the kind with angels or light, but the kind where a rare heart became available. Compatible donor. The call came at 2 a.m., and Eli drove me. speeding through Ohio highways, cursing every red light, holding my hand the entire ride. I survived. Barely. The recovery was brutal. Months of pain, nausea, therapy. But every morning I woke up to Eli's face. A little more tired, a little more determined. He never missed a day. And on my 18th birthday, he showed up on the rooftop of our old hospital wing with a box of muffins and a single key. "To the shop I'm building," he said. "It's called Second Heart." I stared at him. "You saved mine," he said. "Let me spend the rest of my life making sure you never forget how strong it is." Now, years later, we live in a tiny apartment above the shop. I still have scars, still take meds, but I'm alive. And every time Eli kisses my temple, every time his fingers brush against mine, I remember. The boy next to me made my heart beat again. And with every touch, every laugh, every soft breath he shares with me, he keeps me alive another day. Thank you for listening. If you find it interesting, please like and subscribe to follow the next stories.